Wouter Tulp is the illustrator of over 100 children's books and a character designer at Sony Pictures Animation. In this mini-series, Wouter shares with Bobby his love of character design, his techniques and processes, and gives us a peek into his newest schoolism course, Conceptual Characters with Wouter Tulp. We hope you enjoy it!
Hey Wouter, thank you so much for taking some time out to speak with me. I want to talk about character design and related to your new class, Conceptual Characters with Wouter Tulp on schoolism. Ideas, creativity, it's something that a lot of people find elusive, yet you have many different ways throughout your lessons, throughout your course, where you give people actionable methods and ideas on how to overcome that. One of them that I love is the whole entire idea of backstories. Actors, that's what they do. When they start reading the script, they start creating a whole backstory. They start really making the characters a lot more complex and things like that. Can you talk a bit about the purpose of creating your own backstories for these characters, these assignments that you have?
Yes, absolutely. When I get a script, or sometimes it's just a character description, that's the information that the director already knows, and he wants me to help him develop this character into a person that is believable, that feels like he's alive. And for me, I started looking at the process of what actors are doing, because it's very similar to what we need to do as character designers to develop and create more depth to the character, so that when we do a design, we understand reasons why a character looks, behaves a certain way. And what I found is a great clip I included in the lecture of Johnny Depp, who needs to come up with a character for the pirate. I forgot his name, for Pirates of the Caribbean.
Jack
Sparrow. That's the one. So what I thought was interesting is that for that character, they didn't give him any information other than the name of the movie and his memory of the theme park ride. And what I like about his process too, that what he doesn't do, well, what he does do first is think of pirates of the 18th century, and that's probably what we all would do, but to make that an interesting character that he understands and becomes personal to him, is that he thinks of things that have nothing to do, initially when you think of it, have nothing to do with a pirate. For example, he thinks of Pepe Le Pew, the cartoon character, or he thinks of Keith Richards, the rock star. And in his mind, these are elements. He picks elements where he thinks, okay, this is interesting to me. And he doesn't want all of Keith Richards, and he doesn't want all of Pepe Le Pew, but he thinks, well, there's something in this character that I can use to paint this picture of a character that is unique. And so he combines all these associations. In his mind, he goes to places that to him make sense for this character, and he puts them together. And it's literally what a character designer does, because we think of ideas and we put them together and draw them and see if it works. And then we judge it and we see, okay, this part works, but then there he is, he's too grumpy. We need to change that. What can we use? And in order to communicate with the director, for example, we often use characters or personalities from the public eye, because those we already know, so we can communicate it. If I would say, I want you to design this character, and it needs to have the personality of Madonna, then you know who I'm talking about, because we are creating a character that doesn't exist. So I can say, well, she has to move like Madonna, but she has to have the attitude of Donald Trump. Then you can start combining those things, and we both have an idea of what those personality traits or look traits are. And this way we can build our character based on different elements that may not necessarily be in the script yet, because by adding a backstory, we can develop our personal addition to the story. And sometimes you will find that, a director or they may not like it. They say, well, this is not the direction I want to go with this character. So then you can put it aside and come up with a different backstory. And you don't even have to always mention what the idea is behind the backstory, but for you, it can really give a foundation and a reason why certain elements in your design need to look a certain way.
That is awesome. A lot of times we show the backstory through our designs. We don't even have to explain it, right? Like anybody that looks at a Norman Rockwell painting and looks at the shoes of the different characters, like that is an example of a very easily or a very well done kind of a backstory incorporated into character design.
Exactly.
Love it. So for people out there that I guess maybe they have just a general idea for a character design, you would, I guess, how would you advise them to kind of tackle the backstory, to actually write it out? Or
Well, in my course, I'm allowed by Ed Hooks to use his character analysis sheet. And in the course, you can download that and fill it out. And what it is a list with a lot of things you can think of for your character. The obvious things. What's his age, what's his gender, what's the race, but also what makes him laugh, or what's he afraid of what's a signature. A really important thing happened in his life. If you think of answers for those questions, you will start to feel what kind of personality this is, and you will start to get ideas of how such a person would enter a room, or how he would behave at a party, or how he would behave at a sports event. And those, when you think of situations, that often leads to ideas for your character.
wonderful. And for those that don't know Ed Hooks is the one, I believe, that coined the whole entire phrase, acting for animators.
Yes.
Yes. So definitely check it out on schoolism.com. Wouter's course, Conceptual Characters with Wouter Tolp. Thank you very much, Wouter.